very good morning to our listeners. Hope you had a great evening. And following on from the lower close we had on Wall Street, Asia did take that lead and we were lower pretty much across the board overnight in the Asia Pacific region. Particularly the Shanghai Composite, which finished down close to 3%, also weighed there by fears of further property curbs in order to counteract any housing speculation in the local market. That did weigh particularly there. The ASX 200 as well, given it's a heavy resource-based index, and those sharp moves lower we saw in commodities yesterday, that finished down in excess of 2%, with the Nikkei down a similar margin overnight. So we already had a negative lead then heading in toward the European Open, and things have pretty much continued that way, particularly given the fact that we've had the latest French, German and Eurozone service and manufacturing PMIs, which have all disappointed. Particularly the German release did provide a sharp pop to Bund futures on its release, and the euro seems softer across the board. To give you some indication with the weakness in equities, we're seeing down around 1.5 to 2.25% in the core countries. However, the likes of Italy's FTSE MIB stock index is down as much as 3% as we start to see some of the fears creeping into the market ahead of the key elections in Italy this weekend. Some of the larger cap banks such as UniCredit have traded down as much as 5%, as to as Mediobanca, with the UniCredit stock price being halted briefly limit down. Taking a look in terms of other things, a lot of the press picking up on what has been perceived as a slightly more hawkish Fed FOMC statement as well, what we saw from the minutes yesterday, and some fears about them now removing some of the accommodative measures away from the market has also prompted some of this uncertainty and volatility this morning in the European session. Moving forward though, there are a number of key events which will likely drive the market into North American trading hours. We do have Walmart, one of the bellwether retailers in the US. They are reporting their earnings today. We did see that leaked document at the end of last week, which did suggest that their sales for the first few months, or January and into Feb, have been particularly poor. That did weigh on their stock price. We'll see whether or not their numbers reflect that when we see that for Q4 later today. We also have, in terms of data, US weekly jobs, the CPI, Philly Fed existing home sales, as well as the weekly DOE all inventory numbers. We've also got a refunding announcement from the Treasury and a tips auction, so pretty busy day to come. That pretty much concludes the opening wrap from me here in London, so for the moment I wish you all a great trading day.